All right, guys. Very interesting chapter. You know how a chapter starts, guys. We don't need any of those books you opened. I don't know for some reason you opened all the books. Yes. People who are still opening the books, we don't need any books right now. Yeah, we can close all the books right now. No, nothing required. Only your mind should be open to learn something new. Yes. All right. Practical chapter, small chapter, not really big. Yes. Let's understand well. Sorry, I had a question here. Yes. Someone had a question. Yeah. From the cash ledger, can the cash be reversed? No. You can get a refund, but that only some people get at CA fine. But honestly, if someone puts money in my GST cash ledger, I will never complain because as a businessman, do I have to pay GST to the government? Whether it's interest, fees, penalty, I can use my cash ledger. So as a businessman, you will always be paying GST. So you can always use the cash ledger. All right. Now, guys, we go to the next one. Very interesting chapter. This is what happens. Here is EBC, and this is Mr. A going to buy a bike, guys. Everyone, let's say this bike is booked today, guys. When is it booked? Today. What is today? 21st September, guys. You booked the bike. Guys, did you get the bike today? No, you just paid some advance and you booked the bike. Next, guys, on the 21st of October, finally, guys, you got delivery of the bike. So when did you get delivery of the bike, guys? 21st October. But they had a policy that you don't need to pay today. You can pay in time. So they issued an invoice on 21st November. When did they issue an invoice, guys? 21st November. And finally, guys, you paid them on 21st December. This is finally when you paid BC 1 lakh rupees plus GST. Now tell me, guys, how much is the value of the bike? 1 lakh. And how much is the GST? Who will bear this burden, guys? A, and he will pay whom? EBC, and EBC will pay the government how much, guys? Guys, everything is good, but I don't know when will they pay the government because now I have 4 months. September, October, November, December, guys. So please tell me here, technically, when do you think the sale happened? Whenever invoice happened, that time the sale happened. Delivery, so payment. So the government says one mantra, guys. They said, I want the money as early as possible. Everyone, it's very simple, right? They want the money as early as possible. They know they're going to get how much rupees? 18. So they have just said that, listen, I want it as early as possible. And for that, they made a chapter called time of supply. What is the chapter called, guys? Time of supply. So what is the time? Let's say the time is October, guys. What is the time? October. Then, guys, what is the time of supply? 21st October. And you will pay the government when, guys? Do you pay electricity bills at same day? No, you pay next month. Everyone okay? Let's say the time of supply. Let's say the time of supply is 21st November. When will you pay the government, guys? December. So we are not talking about when you will pay. We are just talking about time of supply. Time of supply we are going to determine in this chapter. Guys, every time you're confused about time of supply, I want to ask you one question, guys. Today, electricity bill of 21st September of your house, will you pay today only? When will you pay? Same thing, GST also works the same way. You pay this month's bill next month. Are we okay with this? All right. Time of supply, guys. Whenever I tell you what is the time right now the time is 7:18. But mentally, whenever someone on GST asks you what is the time is always 12 or 13. Guys, what is the time? 12 or 13. So 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. That's the time in your mind, guys. Well, they say if you want to find out time of supply of goods, time of supply of what, guys? Goods. Please come to which section? Section 12. Example, EVC is what? Goods. So where do you, which section will you look at? 10. But CA services are what? Services. So if you want to find out time of supply of what? Services, then you have to look at section 30. So they have basically given two small categories. One is 12 for goods, one is 13 for services. The best part is whatever happens here, same thing happens here. They're basically mirror images, only thing section wise they've been kept separate. Let's start, everyone. So this is section 12.1 is for goods. And in that 12.1 is only an introduction section. What is it called? They say if you are looking to find out time of supply of goods, come to my section. Who tells you this, guys? 12.1. Everyone okay with this, guys? So we have 12.1 and now I'm going to talk about some things here. And 13.1 says that if you're looking for time of supply of what? Services. So both 12.1 and 13.1 are basically about introduction. Introduction means they open the door for you. Please come if you're looking for time of supply. Be clear about it. Guys, which is the chapter we're looking at? Section 12.1 and 13.1 are only introduction. They just welcome you to the section. 12 is for what? Goods. 13 is for what? If you do goods, service automatically happen, guys, because it's a mirror thing. Yes. So now let's see what are goods and services. Here we go, guys. It's your brother's birthday and you want to gift him a watch, guys, or you want to gift him something. You want to gift him something. Guys, you go to Amazon. Where do you go to? And you don't know what to buy. Your brother likes a lot of things. You don't know, confused what to buy. So you buy a voucher. What do you buy, guys? Voucher. So Amazon is selling a voucher for 1000 rupees. For how much? And this is you buying the voucher today, guys. Today is which? 21st September. Everyone. Who's selling? Amazon. Who's buying? A voucher worth how much? 1000. Now, guys, this sale happened on which date? 21st September. Government says, listen, I want what on it? GST. But Amazon says there's a problem, government. I want to pay you GST, but I don't know, Mr. A, what will that person use this voucher for? Can this voucher be used to buy clothes? GST rate is 5%. Can they use to buy shoes? GST rate 18%. Can they buy mobile phone? Maybe GST rate 12%. So he's saying, Amazon is saying, I want to pay you what? GST, but right now I don't know what the voucher is going to be used for. Guys, please tell me, can you determine what is the voucher going to be used for? No. So the government says, then when will I get the GST? Amazon says, we'll wait. Right now, which month? 21st September. We'll wait for A to use the voucher. So, guys, in the month of October, when Mr. A goes and buys clothes for 1000 rupees. Now, guys, do you know what supply has happened? In which month? October. So, then you will pay the GST to the. So, guys, time of supply is what, guys? Everyone, this voucher is non-determinable. Everyone, this voucher is non-determinable means do you know what the supply is going to be? No. So when will it become determinable? Whenever it is redeemed. What is the word, guys? Whenever it is redeemed basically means used. Whenever it is redeemed. Are we okay with this, guys? So I'm telling you two things. 21st September or October, which is the time of supply, guys? October. All right. Now, guys, you know your brother loves watches, and so you go to Timex shop, guys. Shop Timex or some Titan or some other shop, and you give him a voucher, guys. What are you giving him? Everyone. I want more repetition. What are you giving him? And this is, let's say, a 3000 rupees voucher. But, guys, right now, Mr. A is only going to buy what? Watch. Guys, is it sure? Which what doesn't matter, but is he going to buy a watch? Yes. On this GST rate is how much? Let's say 12%. Now, guys, is the supply determinable? Yes. So, will the government wait? No. They say the supply is determinable on which date? So, that is the time of. So very simple. This is called voucher. What is it called, guys? Voucher. If the vouchers are given which are not determinable, which are not determinable, do you know the supply right now? No. So then you will wait for what, guys? Redemption. Everyone, what will you get for? Redemption. Redemption means usage. But if the voucher is determinable, then will you wait for redemption? No. You will wait for what, guys? Purchase whenever you purchase. I'm going to give you some vouchers. You tell me, do you know the supply or not? Guys, you are buying a voucher of Samsung mobiles. Yes, guys. Is it determinable? Whatever that person will buy, it will be a mobile only, guys. Yes. So time of supply will be the date you purchase. Everyone okay? You buy a voucher of Flipkart, buy anything. Then, guys, what will you wait for? Redemption. You will wait till the voucher is redeemed. Are we okay with this, guys? Yes. You buy a voucher of McDonald's. Why? How do you know what he's going to buy? Food only, no, guys. Some of the other burger he's going to buy. So it's determinable. You buy a voucher of a salon. Determinable. You buy a voucher on Mintra. Mintra has shoes also, watches also, belts also, clothes also. So not determined. So in the exam, whenever they say not determinable, then you wait for what, guys? Redemption. And whenever they say determinable, purchase. We can make a shortcut DP. Whenever it is determinable, purchase. If it's non-determinable, then you have to wait for redemption. Are we okay, guys? And you always give four vouchers. How many vouchers do you gift always? Not one, not two. You always give how many vouchers? Four, because the section is section 12.4. What is the section? 12.4. Everyone repeating, this is section 12.4. This is for what? Voucher. Are you buying vouchers? Yes. If it's determinable, DP. If it's determinable, then which date? Purchase. If it's not determinable, then wait for redemption. Are we okay? What if we never redeem? Guys, the excellent, guys. There will be an expiry, right? So that expiry rate, guys, whatever is the expiry rate on that you need to pay GST. But that is not a part of your portion if it expires. So it was purchased or redeemed. Are we okay? And same thing if it's for services, then what section, guys? Info. Are we okay with this, everyone? So 12.1, 13.1. Introduction. 12.4, 13.4. If the voucher is determinable, D, page G. Are we okay with DP, guys? And if it's not determinable, all right, guys. Beautiful. We go to the next one. Very simple, very easy. Guys, this is EBC and they sold you a bike for how many lakh, guys? 1 lakh GST, 18,000, and they sold this bike in which month? September. And they had an offer going on that you can buy your bike in September and you can pay by December 31st. By which date, guys? December 31st. Guys, you know this before. Okay. Now, Mr. A said, definitely I'll pay by December 31st. But guys, there is a delay. There is a delay. And EBC says that if you delay, you'll have to pay interest, late fee, penalty. We've discussed this before, guys. Let's not act like you've never heard of this. Everyone, if you pay on time, no problem. But if you pay late, there can be interest also, or late fee, or penalty. Example, 7,000 rupees. Example, how much, guys? We've done this from value of supply chapter, guys. Yeah, we took the net amount, etc. Now, guys, timing. Now, please tell me, guys, he's paying on 5th Jan. When is he paying? He should have paid by which date? 31st. So, is he late? Is he going to be paying interest, late fee, penalty? But, guys, can EBC waive it off also? Can EBC can say, yeah, listen, you're my regular customer. This is the fifth bike you bought from me. So I'll waive it off. So, guys, sometimes this is waived off. Sometimes this is, sometimes this is charged. So then, what is the time of supply? It's very simple. When is A paying this amount? When is EBC receiving this amount, guys? 5th Jan. So whenever you receive this interest, guys, that is the time of supply. Very simple. Very simple. Yes, not, let's not complicate it. It's very simple. Whenever it's received, whenever it is received, I'm changing it, guys. Guys, interest late fee penalty of how much? 7,000. It was waived off. What is the time of supply? Nothing, guys. Not, you've not received only. It's received on 7 Jan. 7 Jan. It's received on 10 Jan. Whenever you receive it, whose perspective? Always the supplier's perspective because he's going to pay GST to the government. Always whose perspective? Suppliers. Guys, always charge 6% interest, guys. How much percent interest? Because the section, guys, is 12.6. Very simple. What is this interest? Late fee or penalty? Guys, what is the time of supply for interest late fee? Whenever you, guys, Yeshas Academy asked you for fees multiple times, you did not pay. Then finally they charge you 2,000 rupees late fee. They don't, but generally, if they charge you, then for them, time of supply is when? Whenever they receive. Are we okay, guys? We can make another shortcut, but not important. IR. Interest when received. But I'm sure we don't need it. This is 12.6, 6% interest. And if it's on services, 13.6. I told you one you learn, the other is automatic. So can we repeat till now, guys? 12.1, 13.1. 12 is for goods. 13 is for services. You are determining time of supply of goods and services. 12.4, 13.4. Because you always give how many vouchers? 4. If that it's determinable. Purchase. DP. Remember DP, determinable purchase. And if it's not determinable, and for interest, late fee, penalty, guys, what is it? 12, 6, and 36 whenever it is received. 6%. That's a shortcut. I remember section 12, 6, and 30. Now, guys, we move ahead. I'll tell you something that used to happen when had joined my classes, CA classes. I had joined a faculty, and that person used to only take cash. He's still there in Bombay. He still takes only cash fees, guys. What is he trying to avoid? Also, income tax. He's trying to avoid all taxes. Because the moment you go to him, he says, I want what? Cash. So you count cash, you give it to him. He charges you a little less because he's not charging any GST today, etc. So you feel happy. Now, guys, what is he doing with that cash? What is he doing with that cash? But how much can you use? So he's keeping at home, guys. Everyone, yes. Guys, close a year, Umesh Dosa. Popular? Yes, the first time I went to him, he did not have a QR code only. He said, how do you pay? Cash. Now, what is he trying to do, guys? Avoid any GST. Everyone watch Umesh Dosa's example here, guys. Every day, of course, now he has a QR code, but I don't think he's pasted it anywhere. You have to literally ask him. If you not go to Umesh Dosa and say, I want to pay through QR code, now I think he has. But I'm talking about last year. He used to only take what, guys? Cash. And now, let's say, guys, every day he collects lots and lots and lots of cash. Where does he keep all of this, guys? At what is he trying to avoid? Because otherwise, on every dosa, guys, there is GST. On every sale, there is GST. So, guys, everyone watch carefully. It's very simple, but very important to understand. So, people who do this and they keep this money at home, guys, they are robbing the government of what, guys? Yes. Now, guys, all his cupboards are full of cash. All dosa money, guys. Yeah. Bed now, bed has bed sheet. Below the bed sheet, guys, mattress inside the mattress. Cash. Pillows are very soft. Why? Cash. Sofa, jumpy sofa. Why? Cash. Everywhere cash. Now life is good, but someone got to know about it. They complained. And the whole, yes, and the whole GST office department came and they found, guys, 5 crore rupees of cash in his house. How much? 5 crore. He said, listen, what is it? I don't, he said, listen, I promise I am not doing anything wrong. I only sold dosas in cash. It's not a crime, guys. So the government says, listen, but you robbed us of what? GST. You have to pay us. And now please tell me, guys, will the government know time of supply of one dosa being eaten? No. So now what will be the time of supply? Because now we don't know when was the dosa sold, etc. The government says this is a residual case. This is which case? When we don't know any details and it's a residual case, as today is the 21st September, let's say the raid happens today, and he goes on Monday, that is 23rd September, and he pays the GST. Has he paid it? Yes. When did he pay? So on 23rd September, the moment he pays it, that's the time of supply. Again, whenever the government is receiving them. We okay. Guys, this is which case? Why residual, sir? Because I don't know when was the dosa purchased, when was the dosa sold. I don't have any detail. If you don't have any detail, then which case? Residual. In this case, whenever you pay, repeat, whenever you pay. And let's say he says no, dosas are exempted from GST. They're not, but if they are, then he says, listen, I'm not going to pay, but I'll file my return. I'll file my return. So whenever he files it, this is the last, second last year squeezed in the middle, 12.5 and 13.5. What is it for, guys? Residual. Guys, when do you use residual case? When we have no details. Can we repeat, guys? When do you use the residual case? When you have no detail. And it's very simple, guys. Umesh Dosa, guys, what they paying the GST? Yes. On Monday, what they paying? Yes. So that time, whenever they pay, that's the time also. And what if they don't pay and they just file a return? At that time, guys, whenever they pay or they file their return, repeat, whenever they pay or file, yeah. Can we recap? 12.1, 13.1, 12.4, 13.4, 12.6, 13.6, interest, late fee, penalty, whenever it's received, and 12.5, 13.5 is residual whenever you pay. Everything from the supplier's perspective. Everything from whose perspective, guys? Supplier. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sections down already, guys. Yes. Now, only thing left is 12.1, 12, 13.1 is done, 12.2 and 13.2 and 12.3, 13.3. So only these two are now left, guys. 12.2 is left and 12.3 is left. Let's move ahead. Everyone okay till now? Everyone comfortable? All right. So without looking, guys, you will tell me 12.1, 12.4 vouchers, 12.5 and 12.6, guys. If we made a shortcut, yes, 12.4 vouchers DP. Determinable, then purchase. Rest will no shortcut, but whenever you pay or whenever you file your return and interest whenever you receive. This is 12.1 and the remaining sections. Now, guys, we move ahead. A slightly different concept, but I'm sure you'll get it. Everyone on the screen. There is this one farmer who's growing tobacco. Guys. What is he growing? Tobacco. Everyone, he is working very hard growing tobacco and he's selling it to a cigarette company. Right? Which company? The cigarette company makes cigarettes out of the tobacco. And let's say this is for 10 lakh rupees. How much is he selling the tobacco for? 10 lakh. The cigarette company ordered the goods on 21st September. Guys. Today they ordered the goods. When did they place the order? 21st September. The farmer dispatched the goods on 21st October. Because did he dispatch it? Imagine a truck. They are going in a truck. Where are they going, guys? To the cigarette company. Next, guys, the farmer raised an invoice on the 21st of November. What did he do? Invoice. And finally, the farmer was paid on 21st December. The cigarette company made him a payment of 10 lakh rupees. How much? Guys, right now I have not taught any tax. This is a normal transaction. A farmer is selling what? Tobacco. To whom, guys? Cigarette. I have not told you anything about tax. He got an order, dispatched the order, he raised the invoice, and he got the payment on which date, guys? 1st December. Now I'm telling you something that is not a part of your portion, guys. That tobacco for cigarette company is under GST but under RCM. The which mechanism? But sir, you didn't teach us because for our portion, guys, it's only services. Some lawyers, lending, cars, etc. So this is goods. What is this, guys? Goods. This is tobacco, everyone. What is this? So I'm just telling you, this is under RCM. Please tell me, the farmer will get how many lakh? And the cigarette company, guys, will they have to pay GST to the government? The burden and the headache will be on this company. They will have to pay GST of how many lakh, guys? So this is under RCM. This is under which mechanism, guys? RCM. Can we repeat? Nothing about tax till RCM. Guys, who's buying? Cigarette company. Who's selling? Farmer. This is what? Tobacco. It is under which mechanism? That means GST is there, but the cigarette company, which is big, will bear the burden also and will bear the headache also. And that we are paying the government how much, guys? 1 lakh 80. Now everything is okay. But when will the government get the money, guys? Is it September, October, November, December? What is the time of? So the government has made a law and they have made a section. Guys, is this goods? Yes, section 12. What is the section? 12. And for RCM, they made a section called 12. First time, it'll take 2 minutes, but you'll get it well with a shortcut, everyone. Is it goods or services? So section 12. And RCM is under section 3, subsection 3. And there's a shortcut called recipient pays in 31 entirely. Right, what is the shortcut? Recipient pays in 31 and now you have to just fill in the blanks, guys. What do you need to do? Just fill in the blank and you'll get the answer of time of supply, guys. Please tell me, this is date of receipt, not date of dispatch, date of receipt. Guys, when did the cigarette company receive the goods? 21st October. Everyone participate, guys. This is your exam. You got to own it. Recipient pays in 31 entirely. Can we repeat the shortcut? Recipient pays in 31 entire. When the cigarette company, guys, receive the goods? 21st October. When did they pay? 21st December. Guys, 21st December. Just fill in the blanks. When is the invoice date? 21st November. From November, if you have to calculate 31 days. From invoice, 31 days. What is in 31? From the invoice, how many days? 31. So I'll take 31 days from 21st November, guys. If you take 31 days, November is how many days? 30. So 21st December is 30 days. How many days? 30. But I want to go to 31. So it will be which date? 22nd December. 22nd December. If you don't know how to calculate, I'll teach you this. I'm just telling you the basics right now. So 1, 2, and 3 numbers. This number you don't have to focus on right now. Guys, how many numbers? 4. Recipient pays in 31 entirely. I repeat, guys. Recipient pays in 31 and when did you receive the goods? When did you pay? From the invoice date, 31 days and 22nd December. Guys, how many days do you have? 3. Whichever is earlier. Super, guys. In this chapter, whenever you're stuck, which is earlier, guys, this is the time also. Are we okay with this, guys? Trust me, this chapter can get very easy with shortcuts, or the struggle can be forever if you don't remember the shortcut. This shortcut you have to repeat, guys. Recipient pays in 31 entire. This is only for RCM? Yes, only for RCM. Guys, now what if I remove this date? What if I don't know receipt date? Then whatever you know between that, which is the earlier date, what if I don't know the payment date also? And what if I don't know this date also? Then, guys, you have to look at this. So this extra guy is like the 12th person, guys. Yes, he's the extra guy on the bench. When all these three details are not available, then you go to this guy and you ask him, listen, what about you? Which date do I put here? They say the cigarette company, we don't know receipt date, payment date, invoice date, nothing, guys. Then the cigarette company would have passed an entry, right? Journal entry. Every one of you. Who's buying the tobacco? Cigarette company. They would have passed some journal entry, right? So whenever that entry was passed, so let's say the entry was passed, let's say on the 5th of October, then what date, guys? Please tell me, guys, this entire word will be used always or only as a backup? Backup. Only when these three are not available. What if one of them is available? Then we won't use this. What if two of them? No. What if three of them are available? No. When none are available, then you will lose which one, guys? Everyone okay? Recipient pays in 31 entirely. Guys, one last time we'll revise this. Guys, this is only used in terms of goods. Goods means section 12. RCM is pay, recipient pays in 31 entire. Receipt of goods. Everyone, receipt of goods. Example, receipt was happening, guys, 21st October. Payment. Guys, when did cigarette company pay? 21st December. So this is which date? 21st December. What is the invoice date? So how do I calculate? I'll tell you guys how do you calculate. Everyone who struggles with this, I'll tell you. If it's 21st November, first tell me November is how many days? So when I go 1 month ahead, 21st December, I have covered how many days, guys? But I need to cover 31, so it's 22nd. I'll change the date. Guys, 15th October is the invoice date. Let's go 31 days ahead. 1 minute. Guys, October is how many days? 31. Everyone, October is how many days? 30. So if I go to 15 November, I've covered how many days, guys? Are we okay? Let's take another date. 15 Jan. Jan is how many days? So if I go 1 month ahead, I've covered how many days, guys? 31. Are we okay? Everyone who's not understanding this at the first, now are we okay with this, guys? Yes. Now let's take another date. 15 September. September is how many days? 30. So when I go to 15th October, I've covered how many days? So I'll go to which date? 16th October. Are we okay with this? So we've clarified how do we calculate this? And let's say that is 22nd December, which is the earliest, guys. 21st October, that is the time. Are we okay? What if I don't have this? 21st. What if I don't have this? And what if I don't have any of this? Then entry passed in the books of everyone okay. But sir, I didn't understand one thing. You told in this chapter everything is from the supplier's perspective. Why suddenly you've taken from the recipient's perspective? Because only in RCM, repeat, only in who's the hero of the story, guys. So we will take when did he receive, when did he pay the invoice, all from whose perspective, guys? The recipient. Are we okay? Guys, receipt there is no problem. Payment. Guys, when was the payment made? 21st December. Guys, he paid on 21st December. In his bank account, it got reflected on 23rd December. He paid on which date? 21st. So check 21st December, but in the bank account, it reflected on which date? Which date will I take? Books of accounts or bank account? Whichever is this chapter, guys, wherever you're stuck, whichever is early. So, guys, payment date 21st December. In the bank, it reflected on Christmas Day, 25th December. 21st. Whichever is earlier. Are we okay with this, guys? Yes, very patiently. We will recap till here. Section 12 is for goods, 13 is for service. 12.1 in house. All right. Just the way we studied it, guys. 12.4, 12.6. Interest, late fee, and penalty. 12.5. And guys, we learned one more thing. 12.3 RCM. Now we'll put the shortcuts, guys, here. For vouchers, how many vouchers? 4 vouchers. If it's determinable, purchase. That's one shortcut. For interest, late fee, penalty, there's nothing, but whenever it's received. For residual, whenever you pay or whenever you file your return. And for RCM, recipient pays in 31. Cigarette company, when did you receive the goods? Cigarette company, when did you make the payment? In the books of accounts or bank account? Whichever is earlier. Invoice 31 days from the date of invoice. If these three are not available, then we will look at what date, guys. Okay with this, guys? So this is what it is. This is called 12.3. All right. Now, guys, the only last section that we will do is 13.3 because it's slightly different. So we'll do that and then everyone on the screen. Now, again, the same RCM, but now services. Who is this? Who is this? Reliance. And the lawyer is providing services worth how many lakh, guys? And everyone. Is this under RCM? Who will pay the GST? Reliance, he will bear the burden also and the headache, and he will pay under RCM. He will pay how much, guys? 1,80,000. Everyone okay here? Now let's put some details, guys. Reliance asked the lawyer to start providing services from 21st September. From which date, guys? Are the services being provided from them? Yes. Next, guys. Lawyer raised an invoice on 21st October. When did he raise an invoice, guys? 21st October. And Reliance finally paid him on the 21st of December. Or let's say 21st of November. This was when you were paid. Everyone, please tell me when was the lawyer engaged? 21st September. When did the lawyer raise an invoice, guys? 21st October. And when the final payment happened? 21st November. Now, please tell me, guys, how much does the government want? But time, when is the time? So they say, is this services? Section 13. Everyone. One by one, like, step by step. Is it services? Section 13. Is it RCM? So section 13. Again. And in that, they again use the same shortcut, guys. Recipient pays in 31 and time. That's the beauty of shortcuts, guys. Same shortcut here as well. Recipient pays in 31 and time. Guys, when did they receive the services? 24. But that is the starting of the service. Guys, when do you receive services from Yashas Academy? Today also you're receiving? Yesterday? Yes, day before yesterday? Yes, sir. No holiday only since so many days. Every day we're receiving. So please tell me, guys, do we know one particular date? 1 minute. Guys, when did you start receiving from Yash's Academy services? 17th August. But are you receiving every day? So do we have one particular day for this, guys? So lawyer is providing services from which date? 21st September. But is there in one particular date, guys? No. So we'll cancel out R. In case of services, receipt part we will cancel out. Guys, use the same shortcut. Please tell me the shortcut. Recipient pays in 31 and time. The guy who's doing yoga in the blue shirt. Oh, hello. Good morning. Can we share my coffee? The other people have said yes. Yes. Guys, this is very important and you will not be able to do this later on. I understand early morning class and all, but please get used to it now. Now it's been how many months, guys? August to 1 month. Yeah, sorry, sleep. So I can understand, but this is important. When we write, you are allowed to sleep. So recipient pays in 31 entirely. Everyone, recipient pays in 31 entirely. But guys, for services, do we know when they received? No. So cancel R. So it's only which date, guys? Payment. In 31 becomes in 61. Two changes, guys. For services as compared to goods, please tell me the shortcut again. Recipient pays in 31. Remove what, guys? R. And 31 becomes. Now, everyone, please tell me, guys. When did Reliance make the payment? 21st. This is almost like fill in the blanks, and you get 4 marks for fill in the blanks. Because for other people, it's not fill in the blanks, but for you, it's a shortcut. You fill in the blanks and you get 4 marks. Next, what is the invoice date? From 21st October, now we have to go how many days ahead, guys? 61. So be careful, guys. With so 21st October, October is how many days? So 21 November. Till here, I've covered how many days? And now November is how many days? 30. So 21st December is how many days, guys? 30. Is it 61? So what is the date? 21st December. Which is earlier, guys? That is a time. Literally, you have to fill in the blanks and you get an answer. Guys, what if this was not there? What if this was not there? Then, guys, Reliance would have passed some journal entry. Guys, who? Reliance, not the lawyer. Guys. The focus is on Reliance. Because it's RCM, whenever they pass the entry. Are we okay with this, guys? Yes. So we're just filling in the gaps. Only one set of sections left. Otherwise, guys, this chapter is closer to end now. 12.1, introduction. 13.1, they both have nothing, guys. If you are remembering these sections, you're wasting 2 seconds of your life. Because there's nothing. 12.1 says just welcome to my section. 13.1 says welcome to my section. The important one is 12. How many vouchers, guys? 4 vouchers always, guys. Yes. 12.6. It has three or penalty. 12.5. 12.3 now. This is what it is, guys. So now just tell me whatever the shortcut you remember, guys. For vouchers, DP. If it's determinable, then purchase. Interest, late fee, penalty, 6%, guys. Remember, whenever it is received. Always from supplier's perspective. Whose perspective, guys? Supplier. This is residual case whenever it is paid. Umesh Dosa whenever they pay. Yeah. RCM, recipient pays in 31 time. Guys, date of receipt. Date of 31 days from him. And if all of them are not there, then and here same thing, guys. Here 13.3 recipient pays in 31 entirely. No, write the same shortcut. First, write the same shortcut so that you're not confused, guys. Then remove R and make this what. So remember only one shortcut. Don't remember two shortcuts. Just change it when it comes to services. Date of payment. 61 days from invoice. If both are not available, then so guys, this is your chapter more or less. Now only what is left is 12.2 and 13.2, which we will do after some time after we do one. All right. And you know already, guys, 12.2 and this is FCM. What is it, guys? So recapping, guys, time of supply called TOS. TOS. What is TOS? And what is the main word? As early as possible. And 4 is vouchers. 6 is interest. 5 is residual. 3 is RCM. Recipient pays in how many days? In 30. And the other side also cancel R and make it 65. Let's start writing. Just one page you leave for question number 9. Guys, can you confirm what is the chapter number? Um, Introduction first, value of supply second, supply third, fourth is charge, fifth is registration, sixth was ITC, seventh was payment, eighth was TDS, and this is 9. Chapter number 9. Yes, calling all yoga experts. Yes, to please start writing with us. Can you add one more thing to the list, pending list? Always together, always separate. In registration, just write always together, always separate registration. I'll know what you mean. Thank you. We are making a small list of pending items so that we can discuss all of them together. Yes. It's generally it's not me to ask people why they didn't come one day, why they didn't come the second day. But people who come alternate days, guys, you paid for every day's classes. Please make sure you come every day to class. I'll read out. Yes. Till test portion here. Test portion is all the chapters till payment. ITC and payment here. ITC and payment. Not TDS, not this chapter. Yes. And it's all MCQs, don't worry. If you don't know one MCQ, there's no problem, guys. The first test, anyways. Time of supply establishes the liability to pay GST to the government. Once time of supply is determined, the registered person needs to pay GST to the government by the 20th of the next month. You already know this, guys. You need to pay your bill by the 20th of the quarterly option is available. We'll discuss it later. Chapter called returns. This is importance is 515. It's a practical chapter. Section 12 and 13 of CGST Act deal with time of supply. The rumor, guys, that people who close their eyes and listen to me, they're not sleeping. They're just paying a lot of attention, full focus. This is just a list from 12.1: introduction, FCM, RCM, vouchers, residual, and in. And for this entire chapter, guys, the word is earlier the better. So we'll write all these sections in the middle, guys. Introduction, FCM, RCM, because they're common. 12.1, 13.1, 12.2, 13.2, both are FC. Then we start writing the same way we understood, guys. 12.4 and 13.4 is what we write first. The girl behind who's doing everything except writing. Ask her. Unfortunately, I can see her. Yes. Please ask her to. Trying to hide, but I can see her. No, no, not you, not you. Sorry. Writing? Okay. It's 12.4 and 13.4 is vouchers. And anyways, if you raise the book to me, I'll never understand what you've written or. But I understand you guys are writing, no? 12.4, 13.4 is time of supply of vouchers. Always give 4 vouchers. So guys, when it's your friend's birthday, how many vouchers will you give? 4. It's my birthday, how many vouchers will you give? 4. So you want to add a 0 after 4. Still writing. Yeah. When is my birthday? September 30th. Coming up. Taking a break from classes. Not here, yeah, yeah. Not. But you can send gifts. I can send the address and yeah. It supplies identifiable. Identifiable means determinable, guys. Identifiable basically is determinable. So time of supply is date of purchase. If it's determinable, we have made a new shortcut. We can write that actually. If the supply is not identifiable or not determinable, example Amazon voucher, then it's the date you redeem it, date of redemption. At the bottom of the page is 12.6 and 13.6 for time of supply of interest, late fee. At times, such amounts may be waived or may not be payable. Thus, time of supply is the date you receive it, date of receipt. And if there are two dates, guys, books of account and bank account, which one will you take, guys? Whichever is so this is it. I wanted to make you write so that we get a small break in our understanding. We will get back to understanding again now. That 12.2 and 13.2 will finish. Waiting for everyone to finish writing. So we have copied 12.4 and also copied 12.6. All right. So some bit of writing we did. Now we are getting back to our understanding. So ending this page here. Yes, everyone. Which is the only section left, guys. 12.2 and 13.2. So we have to start preparing now to finish that as well. And then when that gets over, guys, the chapter is over. 4 marks practical question has come before, and it's so simple, guys. After we know this, honestly, this is one of the most simplest chapter with the shortcuts. Without the shortcuts, it's all over the place, guys. With the shortcuts, it's very simple. If you don't believe me, have some friends who are not from Asia's Academy and talk to them about time of supply. They will tell you that it's one of the most difficult chapters and all because so many details. Yes, but we are managed really well. 12.3, 13.3. Tell me the shortcut, guys. Recipient pays in 31 entirely. And the other hand, you remove R and 31 becomes 61. And you know how to calculate dates. Bank account or books of account, where do you see payments, guys? Whichever is early. In this entire chapter, anyways, whichever is early. All right. Now we go to the next and the last thing for which I don't require you to write. So just take a break from writing. Just understand. All right. Guys, let's say you go to buy a mobile phone and you go to Chroma. Guys, where do you go? Chroma. If you like a mobile phone, they say, okay, you like this. They'll remove it from the counter. They'll check it, etc. You will unbox it. You'll make a nice video about it. iPhone 16, first iPhone 16 and all that. and you'll make a nice video about it. And when will they issue an invoice to you? Guys, immediately, whenever the goods are removed or delivered. Whenever the goods are removed or delivered. In this case, were the goods removed and given to you? Whenever they remove, they have to issue an invoice to you. Guys, why is the government said that listen, you got to issue an invoice? Everyone, why has the government made this rule that you got to issue an invoice? Yes. Also, guys, whenever there is invoice, the government gets what? Yes. So the government says, how will I know otherwise? So you have to raise an invoice whenever the goods are removed. Now, let's say you don't go to Chroma to buy a mobile phone. You ordered a AC on Amazon. You ordered what? AC on which website, guys? Amazon. Are they going to deliver it to you? So whenever they deliver, they need to issue what, guys? Invoice. So invoice makes whom happy? Government. Because the moment there is invoice, there is proof of supply. So the government gets what, guys? G. I repeat, guys. Please tell me, is an invoice necessary? Yeah. Of course, one guy said your invoice is necessary because it's a proof of supply. Also, I can take credit. Many reasons. But who's happy with the invoice, guys? Because whenever there's invoice, the government knows they will get what? GST. So they have made a rule that for goods, whenever the goods are removed or delivered, please repeat, whenever the goods are removed or delivered, you got to issue an invoice. This is called due date, guys. What is it called, guys? Basically, that means you have to issue an invoice by that. Let's go again, guys. Let's go this time to buy a laptop from Chroma. When will that person issue the invoice? Whenever they are removed. And let's buy a projector online, guys. When will they issue the invoice? By when? So they have to issue an invoice whenever it is removed or delivered. Is that clear, guys? This is for goods. This is for whom, guys? For services. Example, you go to a CA and you take services. You come to Yasha's Academy and you take services. Do we also have to issue an invoice? Yes. Because invoice makes whom happy? Guys, only if there is invoice, there is what? GST. Everyone. If there's no invoice, there is no GST. Umesh Dosa, guys. No invoice, no GST only. So only if there's invoice. So the services, there is no such hurry. They say for services, you have 30 days. How many days, guys? So if I'm providing you the services today, I have how many days to issue the invoice? 30. I have good amount of time. In fact, there are some people who have 45 days also. People who have a lot of invoices, like telecom companies, they have a lot of invoices. Yes. So how many days? 45. But sir, I don't get a telecom because that's online, guys. It's sent online, but everyone gets an invoice. So if it's telecom companies, banks, etc., then how many days? 45. So what are you trying to teach you? I'm trying to teach that every supply needs to be supplemented with the invoice. And is there a due date of invoice? Yes. The due date of invoice is whenever the goods are removed or delivered. This is for whom, guys? Goods. But for services, are they in such a big hurry? They say provide your services. After that, you have to issue the invoice in how many days? 30 days or 45. This is the maximum. What if I want to issue the invoice today only? No problem. But you have to issue it in maximum how many days, guys? 30. This is called due date, guys. What is it called, guys? Can we repeat due date? Guys, who is waiting for the invoice? Because when there is invoice, it is a proof of GST. So it's a proof of supply. So the government says it is compulsory for you to issue an invoice. Yes. And they have put due dates also. What have they put? For goods, they put a due date of RT. Whenever the goods are removed or whenever the goods are delivered. And for services, guys, they have no such hurry. They say you can issue the in how many days? For example, guys, you go to a CA today, you get some services, he's charging you GST. He provides you the services today. Does he have to issue the invoice today? No, he has how many days? Can he issue the invoice today? Yes. Tomorrow? Yes. He has how many total days, guys? 30 days. And for some people like banks, financial institutions, insurance companies, telecom companies, they have how many days, guys? 45 days. Is that the due date, guys? Yes. You have to issue by them, otherwise you will be late. Otherwise you will be all right. Now comes the next section. We have only two sections, guys. 12 to and 13 to, and both target what, guys? Yeah. So let's first target 12 to, and then we'll see. Everyone, not difficult. It's just breaking it into two parts. So I've explained all the parts. Now only FCM will be. The best example for FCM is what, guys? Perfect. Let's take an example, guys. The bike was booked on which date? So this is booking date. And who's booking it, guys? We'll use the same example. On 21st October, was it delivered to him? Yes. Then when was the invoice raised, guys? Next month. Was the invoice raised? On which date? 21st November. And finally, the payment was made on which date, guys? 21st. Nothing about tax, only 4 days. You went and booked the bike, you got the bike delivered, there is an invoice, you made the payment. Guys, how much is the GST here? Who wants the GST, guys? Government. But what about when do they want it? Time also. So they say, is it goods or services, guys? Goods. Everyone, is it goods or services? So section 12. What are the services? 13. So now we are at 12 and FCM is 12. So why FCM? Because will this guy bear the burden? He will pay whom? Will they bear the headache? Yes. So this is under which mechanism, guys? And there's a simple shortcut, guys. After selling the bike, FCM, but no problem. After selling the bike, they will make a shortcut and they will say, I demand payment. Have they sold the bike to you? And now what are they saying? I demand payment. It's a shortcut, guys. IDP, everyone. What is the shortcut? I demand payment. Guys, again repeating, are we at goods or are we at services? Because this is a bike. Are we at RCM or FCM? Because it was RCM, then we've already done the shortcut. So this is a new shortcut for FCM. I demand payment. I promise you guys, once you learn the shortcut, it's only fill in the blanks. Please tell me here, what is the invoice date? 21st November. Not even thinking, guys. You have to just write the fill in the blanks and get your answer. Next, what is the date of payment? Everyone, what is the date of? So date of invoice, date of payment. Guys, what was the due date of invoice? What is D for? Due date. That's what I prepared you for, guys. Due date means when was the goods removed and delivered, guys? 21st October. Remember for goods, whenever they're removed or delivered. So by when should the invoice have been issued, guys? 21st October. Now tell me, guys, which is earlier? That is the time. Sir, what if I don't know this too? Then 21st November. What if I don't know this? 21st. One of them has to be known, guys. I, B, C. What is I for? Invoice. Guys, are we okay with invoice? There will be no problem on invoice. Every invoice will have a date on top. That is the invoice date. What is P for? Payment. Whenever you make it in the bank account or books of account. Whichever is early. So the only new thing you learned is due date. Whenever the goods are removed, or are we okay with this? So, sir, he had to issue the invoice by which date? 21st October. He issued the invoice on which date? 21st. So there will be a punishment on all? No, guys. Nothing like that. Like a class supposed to start at 7 o'clock. There are people who walk in at 7:15. What about them? Are they late? Yes. But is there any punishment and all I give? No. Nothing like same here also, guys. But the due date should have been what, guys? 21st. I'll repeat again. Guys, only focus on goods. Is there a due date of removing or receiving an invoice? Yes. Whenever the goods are removed or delivered. Yes, be careful, guys. There are small speed breakers, but move over them. Let your neighbors not confuse you. Only have one agenda that I want to understand this well. So if you go to Chroma and buy a laptop, will you get an invoice? When will you get it? After 1 year, after 2 years? No. Whenever they are removed or delivered. That's the rule the government has made. And they said that section 12 is for what? Goods. 2 is for what? I demand payment. What is I for? Excellent, guys. What is D for? Due date of invoice. So can they be different? Yes. Guys, class starts at what 7. But can someone walk in at 7:10 also? Yes. So sometimes it happens that this are different. This is the actual invoice date. This is the due date. In our example only they are different. What is the actual invoice date? 21st November. When was the due date, guys? 21st October. And last payment date, which is 1st December, whichever is. This is section 12 to I demand pay. So we will revise this. In GST, there is no compulsion of invoice, true or false. There is a compulsion of, because only when there is invoice, the government know they will get. Yeah. So they have to issue an invoice. Chroma can issue an invoice after 7 years. No, 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 government. I can't wait for 7 years. Whenever the goods are removed or delivered for goods, for invoice, for services, 30 days or 45. Now, guys, everyone, we are going to service. Watch on this. This is a CA. Who is this? CA. Like one of us, he's a CA. And yes, no, nothing to write as of now. This is a CA form, and they are providing services to, let's say, a person called A. I this A person came to the CA that, listen, will you provide services? And they had an agreement on which date, guys? 21st September. This is when services started being provided from. Next, guys, 21st October. This is when he raised an invoice. What did he do? That, listen, I have done work for you. I'll raise an invoice. And 21st November is when he got the, very simple, nothing of tax. Who has approached the CA? Hey, that, listen, yeah, I have some work. He said, okay, no problem. When did the work start? 21st September. Guys, when did he raise the invoice? If he's done work, he'll raise an invoice. And when did he get the money, guys? 21st November. Now, guys, this year GST of 18,000. How much is the GST? Now tell me, guys, does the government want the GST? Yes. Time is what is the time of? That is the question. Is this goods or services, guys? So section 13. Is it FCM RCM? Because one guy will bear the burden, one guy will bear the heavy. Trust me, in the exam, it is as simple as this. First, identify its goods or service. If it's goods, 12. If it's services, 13. Step by step. Then see if it's anything, if it's voucher, 4. Then use the shortcut for voucher. Whatever it's RC, 3. Then use the shortcut for RC. Like that, guys, step by step, you'll understand it. Right now, it's all theoretical because I'm explaining. Once it's question, it's all practical. Now, guys, here it's 13. And is it FCM? So 13, they have two steps here, guys. Step 1 and step 2. Guys, what are the two steps? Step 1 and step 2. Understand that both the steps first. So they say, I provided services. What are the CA form provided, guys? Which are under which mechanism? 13 to FCM. There are how many steps, guys? Two steps, step 1 and step 2. Guys, step 1 says that listen, just changing this invoice date, 5th October. When did you issue the invoice? 5th October. Guys, first question is whether the invoice was issued on time or whether the invoice was issued late. Everyone. What is the first step? Whether the invoice was issued on time or whether the invoice was issued late. Everyone. Here, when was the services provided? 21st September. For services, how much time do I have to issue the invoices? Was the invoice issued within 30 days? Yes. From 21st September, 5th October. So am I on time? If you are on time, they will respect the invoice. The shortcut is IP. This is the shortcut, guys. Everyone, slightly confusing. Yes, that's why I'm doing it right in the end, guys. All the chapters over except this one. Everyone, please tell me what are you providing? Services. Is it under FCM? How many steps? Two steps. Whether the invoice is on time or whether it is late. If it's on time, guys, is this case on time? How do you know it's on time? It's issued within how many days? Then they will respect the invoice. They will say invoice date or payment date. Everyone, invoice date. What is the invoice date, guys? 5th October. What is the payment date? 21st November, whichever is earlier. This is because the invoice was issued on. Everyone who's trying to move out, can you all tell them 5 minutes, please? You can't leave in the middle of something being explained, so understand it and then we move out. Yes? Now, guys, can it happen that the invoice is issued late? Yes. Example, guys. 21st September, the invoice is issued on 5th November. Everyone. Now, guys, please tell me, is the invoice late? How do we know it's late? It's not issued within how many days, guys? 30. So if it's late, the government says, now I don't care about the invoice. Because the government is waiting for what? Invoice. If you issue it late, will the government wait? They say, no, I don't wait. If it's late, then they don't focus on invoice. It is PP. Is everyone. What is this? IP. What is this, guys? PP. PP means what have they removed? Invoice. Why have they removed invoice? Because it's late. If you're late, guys, it will not be cared about. Yes, everyone. So this is PP. Everyone. If it's on time, IP. If it's late, PP is basically means when did you provide the service? 21st. And when was the payment made? 21st, which is earlier, guys, 21st. So, guys, here in 13.2, it always depends on time or late. Everyone, let's recap once. This was slightly different, and that's why I try to do it right in the end of the chapter. Guys, everyone, what are we trying to give step by step, guys? Goods or service? So, section 13. Is it RCM, FCM? FCM is the section 13, 2. And there are how many steps to this, guys? Two steps. One is the invoice on time? Or is the invoice? If it's on time, IP. If it's late, guys, we can also make some more shortcuts, but I think this is comfortable. Yes. Guys, if it's on time, that means within how many days, guys? 30. Then will we respect the invoice? Yes. Either the invoice date or payment date, whichever is earlier. If the invoice is late, guys, we don't respect the invoice because if the invoice is late, will the government wait for the invoice then? No. Then it is, guys, provision date or payment. Provision means whenever you provided the services or payment date, whichever is. That means, guys, which is common payment. And the government's mantra is if you are getting the payment, I should also get the payment. It's a simple mantra, guys. If you are getting what? Payment, I should get my okay with this. For people who now want to go, you can. But for the others, guys, let's recap because the chapter is over. Everyone, 12 1. Nice. Excellent, guys. 12 2 FCY, uh, 12 3, 12 4 Voucher, 12 5 Residual, and 12 6. Now, just the way we've understood, let's try and recap, guys. For vouchers, it is DP. If it's determinable, then the purchase price. And if it's not determinable, then the redemption. All right. Interest and all, whenever it is, everything from whose perspective, guys? Supplier. Everything from supplier's perspective. Of course, government perspective, but supplier's perspective. Next, residual is whenever you pay or whenever you file your return. As in RCM, recipient pays in 31, and this is the only time we focus on the recipient. When did he receive the goods? When did the recipient pay? 31 days from the date of invoice. And if all three are not available, then end. And guys, in FCM, it is I demand payment. Invoice date or due date of invoice or payment, whichever is in this entire chapter, whichever is earlier. Now, guys, all this is same here. In RCM, it changes a little bit. Recipient pays in 31 entirely. What do we remove? R. Because in services, we didn't know when it's received, etc. And this becomes what, guys? 60. Payment date, 61 days from the date of invoice. If both are not available, then it. And here, guys, FCM, it is a two-step process. Step one, whether it is on time or late. And step two, if it's on time and if it's on late, invoice or payment, provision or payment. And what is on time or late, guys? Whether it's on 30 days. If it's in 30 days, 45 days, don't worry, right? Now only think of 30 days, guys. If it's 45 days, you'll get an indication in the exam. So only one number you'll remember within how many days, guys? 30. If it's on time, IP, we respect the invoice. But if it's late, do we respect it? No, then it be okay with it. Yes. And with this, guys, we almost, except some small additional points, we almost are at the verge of completion. Yes, we'll write one more page. Relax, write that page. If you want, after that, we can take 5 minutes also, and then we'll continue. One more page we will write right now. It's been 1 hour, 15 minutes in class. We'll write this one page now, 12, 5, and 13, 5. The same order that we've learned. Yes. So 12, 5, and 13, 5, which is the residual case. Right? Guys, this is the residual case, which will apply when any other section does not apply. This section will apply only when all other sections do not apply. That is the residual case. Example, GST liability in case of raids, searches, etc. Is that Umesh Dosa example or the faculty in Bombay which I had, if they are caught and they pay, that is the time also. This is 12.5, 13.5. This is a residual case. And on the same page is RCM. No problem. Can I go back? Anyone? This is 12.3. This is RCM. Time of supply in case of goods supplied under RCM. RCM, we have some really nice shortcuts, but please put those in boxes. In case of RCM, the GST will be paid by the recipient because all the details from the recipient. Suddenly, guys, only in this case, the recipient again becomes the hero of the story. He is the one in focus. And time of supply will be earlier of recipient pays in 31 entirely. I don't know if you noticed everywhere they put payment guide. So their intention is if you receive the payment, we also want our recipient pays in 31. So all those have to be put in a box. Like an R has to be put in a box. P invoice 31 days or entry. If all the above three details are not available, then time of supply will be the date of payment. What is WIE? Covers earlier. The entire chapter is with date of payment in books of accounts or bank account, again, whichever is earlier. Then 13.3 is again the same, except you have to write the shortcut and cancel out R and cancel out 31. Okay, go back. That part. Fast writers, slow writers, all of them in the class. No problem, guys. Take your time. You're learning well. This chapter we'll try and complete in class only writing. Because guys, I keep forgetting to upload. Guys, put payment date and 61 days invoice in boxes. And last that entry also in box. So now the only section that we need to copy is 12.2 and 13.2 that we will do. After you finish writing, take 5 minutes, but only five, guys. Go home for breakfast, come back and all. Once you finish writing, take 5 minutes everyone and we will continue. All right, so taking stock on this chapter and just asking you the sections, guys. 12.4 voucher, 12.5 residual, 12.6 interest, 12.2 FCM, and 12.3 RC. And guys, with this 1 hour of lecture that we've had till now on the understanding and the writing, I'm not very confident whether we'll be able to look at an exam question. But guys, let's surprise ourselves and let's see if this 1 hour of discussion on the first time you learn time of supply, if we can solve a 5 mark question that came in the exam. Yes, everyone, can we do this? Yes, let's get 5 marks from the exam. This is a paper, doesn't matter which paper, it's for 5 marks. This is question number 7A. I want everyone's attention from their phones now here on the big screen. This is 7A, the first part. Yes. Guys, read the first few lines and tell me if it's goods or services. Excellent, guys. What is the goods? Garments. So section is what, guys? 12. Now, guys, is it anything to do with RCM? Read, guys. No, it's not RCM. So it is automatically what, guys? FCM. So section is 12 to I demand payment. Are we okay? Now, guys, it's done. 2.5 marks is yours. All you need to do is fill in the blanks, guys. Please tell me, read the question and find out the invoice date. 15th, literally, guys, fill in the blank. Due date, whenever the goods are removed or delivered. When were they removed or delivered? 4th September. And when was the payment date, guys? Guys, which is earlier? Congratulations, 2.5 marks. This is the easiest 2.5 marks you will ever get in the exam if you follow these steps. Yes. Now let's surprise ourselves a little bit more. Let's have a look. 1 minute, guys. Everyone, tell me goods or services. So section 38. Guys, read and tell me if it's RCM or FCM, guys. Guys, some resident lawyers, lending cars, met DIG. Do you remember goods transport? Yes. So is it RCM? So 12 or 13? 3. Recipient paid in 31 entirely. Remove what, guys? This becomes, now, guys, it's just fill in the blanks. Guys, the moment you identify this, the marks are yours. Now, just read and tell me the payment date, guys. 25th August. Please tell me the invoice date. Guys, invoice was received from the transporter on 20th June. Everyone, June has how many days? June has, last I knew June had 30 days. Someone said 31, but last I knew it was 30 days. So if I go to from 20th June to 20th July, how many days have I covered? 30. July has how many days? So if I go to 20th August, I will cover 31. Is it 61 days? On which date, guys? Guys, what is the time of supply? 2.5 marks, 2.5 marks, 5 marks. Guys, while we struggled for the entire ITC chapter to get 8 marks from ITC and payment together, guys, this in the exam, if it comes, will surprise you with 5 marks. Very easy mark. And while you found it easy, guys, so many people find this chapter so confusing because of all these small, small, small numbers here. Yes, but we have a method to the madness. We have a really nice shortcut. We are going to look at one more question and let's try and see if we're able to answer that exam question also. Yes, so after this, everyone, let's go to one more exam question. We did December 21, there is May 19. All right, let's go to May 19. Time of supply, how many marks, guys? 4 marks. Guys, more confidence. Are we able to do this now? Yes, excellent, guys. Let's try and do this. Everyone, we are only looking at the first one. Yes. Please tell me goods or services. Good. So section. Now read, guys, anything on RCM? No, so it's 12 to I demand payable. Now tell me, guys, invoice date. Everyone just read well and tell me the invoice date. No invoice date. Guys, what is the due date of invoice? When were the goods removed, guys? Guys, when were the goods removed? 11th October. And guys, yeah, the goods were removed from the factory. No, no. Guys, removed or delivered? When were they removed? 11th. Yes. Delivered is later, guys. Whichever is earlier. And what is the payment date, guys? Guys, it's written, guys. No. Receive the goods? No. There's no payment date. Only one date, which is that's your time was up. 2 marks. Yes, literally, this is so easy, guys. Let's look at the next one. Services. So section, guys, is it RCM here? No. So it is automatically FCM. Step one. Step two. If the invoice is issued on time or the invoice issued late. When were the services provided, guys? 5th June. Have they given you invoice date? No. If the invoice is not given, definitely it is late. Everyone. Guys, if they have not issued the invoice, only it's late. Date means what? I repeat again, guys. Is it goods or services? So section FCM, RCM, guys. If it's not given under RCM, it is always FCM. And in that, there are two steps, step one and step two. Is the invoice issued on time or is it late? Guys, a student who walks in at 7 o'clock for the 7 o'clock lecture, is it on time? Yes. 7:15, late. Does not come only, late only. So, yeah, invoice is not there only, guys. So, is it on time? No, it is late. Late means PP. What is the provision date, guys? 5th June. And what is the payment date? 19 June. So what is the earlier? 15. Two more marks. Correct. Yes, literally, I'll show you how to present it, but this is how it is. Everyone okay with this? Everyone. Guys, we'll do many more questions like this, but what I'm trying to tell you is this is a chapter which if I can teach you on the day one or of our learning of this new chapter in 1 hour, revision can happen in like 10 minutes. And this chapter, if it comes in the exam, guys, this is like a gift from ICI to you. Yes. And now with that, guys, we move to the additional points. So I'm ending all this here. We will be solving this when we solve the sums.